My apologies. I muted the mic when I went to eat some, so I wasn't, you know, munching in the mic. It's not bad. It's nothing amazing, but it's not bad. But like I said, the crate had like a whole bunch of different kinds in it. Okay, I wanted to be outside of this place. Yeah, I try not to go nom 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 into the mic on everyone. Cookie Monster violent eating noises. I can never remember because my German is very, very out of practice, like 20 plus years out of practice. But I do remember there was like Essen is to eat, and it was something like fressen, which was like to eat aggressively, like an animal would fressen, like, you know, a pig going at like slop would be fressen. And if I have that wrong, please correct me. But I vaguely, that's what I'm remembering. But again, 20 years out of practice. I also remember tot, sehr tot, ganzer tot. Which was dead, very dead, and then like dead as a doornail. Oh, so I fressen at the all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. But yeah, like that's kind of the gag of it. It's like, you know, you get to those situations, it's like all manners and all that go out the windows. You know, just you put food be eaten as aggressively as possible. All right, so we're officially in Rosewood at this point. So we're not going to worry about trying to just push in anywhere at the moment. We're just going to keep killing zombies to sort of give ourselves a perimeter. Because kind of what I mentioned before is the way you get yourself situated is you kill zombies around the area. The more and more aggressive, like, more and more you knock them back, the safer your area is. And I'm trying to avoid cutting through this little narrow area. Because the corner there and up there, there's a good chance we get ourselves in trouble at that spot. At least for the near term, I want to be very careful about when we come home that we make sure we're clear at that staircase. Because even with us killing zombies around here, it wouldn't take much for us to find ourselves in trouble. And I will be clearing using car horns and that, and not too long. I don't want to do it at the location that we're staying. And the reason for it is we can draw a bunch of zombies from behind. And they'll smash into stuff, you know, be all over our base, that kind of thing. And I want to make sure the zombies that we're dealing with as much as possible are not where they're an actual danger to us trying to get back if we get, you know, put off balance by getting stuck out later than we want or pulling too many zombies, that kind of thing. Cog, do they close the door when they go inside? If not, you'd know if there are zombies in there. No, the problem is, like, they can break down the doors, and there's that. But the issue with that building is we've already broken several windows, and there's some doors that have been destroyed, just from the nature of how many zombies have been through the area. So I don't, like, I would have to build new doors to cover those up, to then know if they haven't gone in. And I could certainly take the time to secure the building if I really wanted to. But instead of that, I'd rather just kill zombies. Because if we keep killing zombies, it becomes a non-issue, as there's no zombies to go into it nearby. Okay. And I just did that little shimmy so I could tell the one with the hunting knife. Because I just shimmy the zombies down a little bit to make the line broke. So now I can tell this is the one with the hunting knife. Did that one say it had a house key? No. It wouldn't surprise me there's a bunch of zombies banging around and stuff in there. That's fine. I will let them keep doing their thing in there. When they do eventually break down the doors, I'll kill whatever comes out. But yeah, no, if you had a house, for example, where all the windows were intact and all the doors were intact, and you closed them all when you left, when you came back, you could see that stuff was broken as a cue that it's not safe to be in there, or potentially not safe to be in there. It's possible a zombie busted it down and walked away. The only advantage of collecting house keys is you can lock houses, which is only important if you turn up the zombie AI. Otherwise, it just means you can open any windows that are locked. Like, if I have a key to this building, I can just open that door. Probably nothing to care about here too much. Car batteries, tools, tools, tools. Tire, zombie. Heavy duty performance suspension, which is nice. You're all good. But yeah, house keys aren't super important. Now, if you turn up the zombie AIs where the zombies can open doors and windows and that, the keys can be important because then you can lock the door and the zombie won't be able to open the door without that first. But that's not default AI. That is my, whether we win or lose this run, this challenge, my plan for my next run would be to play one of the challenges where the zombie AI is cranked up. Where I actually have to like lock doors behind me, worry about windows, that kind of thing. Someone is trying to get my attention. Give me 1 second. All right. But yeah. Sorry, someone shot me a message on Discord. It was like, yo, do you level up Nimble? And it's like, I'll answer that after stream, but yes. I level up everything, except for first aid, because, you know, it is first aid. Like, when you talk about stuff like your fitness and strength and nimble and stuff like that, that isn't a thing where you sit there and go, like, out of your way to level. Just playing the game, you will level them. Cog says, I got a key with a bunch of numbers on it in Rosewood. What's that about? A key with a bunch of numbers on it. I mean, did you find the key on a zombie inside a building? Because almost always if you find a key on a zombie inside a building, it will be a key for that building. I'm not really aware of other keys, other than car keys, that is. Yeah, if it's on a zombie inside a building, it's the key for that building. If it was near a car, it's probably the key for one of those cars. But usually it'll say, like, this is a Chevrolet whatever. And then if it's a mod, like, otherwise it's probably a mod. At which point, then I haven't the foggiest, because it depends on what the mod does. Yeah, please don't, like, at me on Discord during stream, unless it's like, hey, just so you know, like, your sound's jacked or whatever, like, something I would need to know during stream. Because, if it does end up becoming something that happens too often, I figure I'll basically turn off notifications for people adding me on Discord, and that would be no fun. Right. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I felt like I was right about to sneeze. So I was trying to not blast everyone's ears sneezing or anything. It just didn't happen. You know, I think we reached that point. I'm not picking up nightsticks anymore. I've got over 30 of them. It's fine. Got a handful of survivor zombies here, because that one's like wearing the pipe on its back instead of through it. There was a large backpack. Oh yeah, no, I keep the sounds off, but like I can still see the Discord window out of the corner of my eye. You know, just in case people are misbehaving, that kind of thing. But, yep. Alright, we need to get back to our vehicle to drop stuff off. I shouldn't be carrying this much, and I know it. And I'm gonna pay for it if I don't get back to my car without many fights. Ogosa says, I'm misbehaving. Non-Discord, though. I appreciate it. Let's see. I just found a map in all caps, confidential, do not share. I did. It shows purple building with in the boonies with some dirt roads leading to it. Ah. I know what building it is. At least I'm pretty sure what I know what building it is. If you do want to share it, probably share it on the Discord, Project Zomboid channel. Thank you for the follow. Slat Sosa, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I do have intentions of going to Redacted, but that'll probably be something we do way later in our run. And I'm scarfing extra hard on these fish to try and get our calories up so that we're not losing weight. Because right now we're losing weight and we don't want to do that. Alright, we're not losing weight, we're stalemated. We'll keep eating until we start gaining weight. I say we pushed him, so there's going to be another. Oh, that was it for the fish from the looks of it. Alright, make ourselves in our salad just when we get hungry. Because a lot of these veggies are getting ready to go bad, which, while we can use veggies that have gone bad, you don't get nearly the mileage out of when you do that. Okay. And even though these zombies are not the ones like in Rosewood, these are ones that are close to where we're staying. That's kind of the idea. Any zombies nearby, we keep killing. The goal is to kill them all. So we're just set up a perimeter. And we'll keep pushing into Rosewood little by little. These ones also be more of a nuisance because they are kind of between us and the other base. So then I have to return for food and that kind of thing. Not deal with them. And that's another machete. Thank you, zombie. I believe it was you who had the machete? Yes. Cool. I like free replacement machetes for the machete I haven't quite worn out yet. Caitlin says, knife to the face. Yikes. Yup. We do that quite a bit. We've also passed 46,000 zombies. So already in the stream, where we're only a couple hours into it, by a couple I mean actually 6, which is pretty much quite a bit actually. We have already killed more zombies than we did in the last stream, just because last stream, I mean, we did have multiplayer in the middle of the stream, which is fine. You know, it does cut into the kill count we expect to get for the stream. That's fine. But even then, Weather was preventing us from having much time to push Rosewood on any real level. Okay, and I think this will be the last group we kill up this way, and then we're going to start dropping back down and pushing down towards Rosewood itself, like the proper... Like, we're in the edge of Rosewood, but like not downtown. We're going to start pushing towards downtown. Just trying to do what we can to clear out as many zombies in the surrounding area as possible. Unless, of course, I see like a zombie over here that's got like a katana or something, then I'm beelining for it. But you know, that's true no matter what we're doing. Alright, that group's too close. Any group I can see from this building is too close. So like this group, you can see that be within a screen. They gotta go. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have lots of zombies to deal with just over time. Lots of scattered ones out here. Over time, they'll walk their way over to wherever we're at. Group up into groups like this. So they'll become a nuisance. It is what it is. We just keep killing them. Alright. Yeah, and that's what we'll see this a lot. So, because we're removing zombies from this area, and the other parts of the town are probably absolutely, like, full to the brim with zombies, we'll have quite often that once we crowd a group of zombies, it'll make space, and our group of zombies will very quickly move in to fill that space because there's no room where they're at. So we'll end up fighting around a lot of the same area. But eventually, you know, you'll stop seeing this trend of the zombies pushing in like this. So I should be backing up every time I stab, even when I feel safe, just in case we miss. Shouldn't be strafing past them, I should be backing away from. All that stuff's being reckless and I shouldn't do it. Alright, let's work our way around here again. See if any of the groups showed up. Check the front of the building. And then we'll start getting to our truck and actually driving down the road. And this is like the main reason I wanted to actually be able to push into the area. Oh no, I don't want to drive around too much because I don't have gas down here. Luckily, this is Rosewood, which for those not familiar, if you're looking for a generator in the game, Rosewood is the easiest place to find generators. Almost every house has like a garage or a shed on it, which is where you find generators. So usually it doesn't take long to find one, if not many generators. Let's try and keep this road as clear as possible from zombie corpses if possible. We'll see how it goes. Cog says they got 4 so far. Yep. I've had there's this one road and just like one little elbow road that has maybe 8 or 10 houses on it. When I did a playthrough that we ended up starting in Rosewood one time, I want to say by the end on that one street we had found 6 or 7 generators. So more of the houses had generators than did not have generators on that specific road. Yeah, so for the time being, we're going to be sparing on gas and all that. Mostly use it for commuting back and forth until I get my hands on another generator. Yeah, I think it's this L street you see down here. I think that's the street that I went, just that one street. I had found something like 6 or 7 generators on or whatever it was. And that wasn't with like weird loot settings or anything like that. That was kind of your regular apocalypse settings. I don't even remember if like, I'm sure we turned up the zombie pop or something, but I believe it was just like regular apocalypse setting. Whether it was like whether it was one of Recrafted Survivor Man runs or what it would. I don't think it was a 16x. It wasn't a 16x pop run because I wouldn't have stayed in town for it. So it was a different challenge run or whatever we were doing. Or maybe it was very first started streaming Project Zomboid that we weren't doing any of the challenge runs at all. Yep, so we're just going to keep on wandering down. And that's to give you an idea of how much things change. This town still feels really empty. We still are at absolutely max zombie populations. I don't know why it feels so empty. Like, I'm wondering if, you know, maybe the zombies, like, dispersed out to the woods, so now we've got more of an even distribution happening now? Like, I don't know what's happening here. Because, don't get me wrong, we did kill, like, a couple of thousand zombies in the area. Unless in multiplayer, if they adjusted the population distribution and just Rosewood happens to be, like, way lower density now than it used to be. Like, it was never super high, but generally it was Riverside was the lowest, then Rosewood, then Muldrow, then West Point. Like that, this feels almost like regular apocalypse settings I'm feeling right now. Okay, so we are drowsy, so let's finish this off, go home, go to sleep, and pick up where we left off. I guess actually I could use the car until we get to like half a tank of gas. And then we get half a tank of gas, that just means we have to return to the main base to refuel until we find a generator. Yeah, because they're both exerted and drowsy. You'll notice we went from killing these in 2 or 3 hits per stab, or per zombie. Now we're up to like 5, 6 hits, sometimes 7 hits. That's just how bad the damage penalties are on that stuff, and which is why when you get drowsy, it's time to wrap up what you're doing and bail. Alright, let's take to the main road and walk our way back to the gas station. But as far as size of like physical area of towns, Rosewood is actually pretty small. It doesn't cover a lot of area. Versus say like Riverside is a very, very spread out large town. Like not super high population, just it covers a lot of geographic area. So that's going to work well for us, because you see like you got the block of houses here, I got those there, and then down below that's the fire department and the police department, and then that's like the far south end of town. While we are in Rosewood, we are going to clear the police department. We're not going to skip it. We're going to do that. And then I might make the military base next after Rosewood. That is something that might happen. If that is what happens, I'm probably going to take a vehicle, load it up with axes, and I'm just going to take the approach of checking an area, chopping down a bunch of trees, sitting in the car recovering, checking the area, chopping down a bunch of trees, sit in the car, check the area, and rinse and repeat until we get there, which is going to be extremely slow. Like, extremely slow. And there will probably be like harrowing dangers the entire time because zombies be in them trees. So like that is honestly probably, other than Louisville itself, probably the one place I'm most worried about things going bad. Yeah. Nuntal says Nuntal says that road to that base is awful anytime after the first few weeks. Agreed. And we'll probably be at, I would guess, 11 and a half months, maybe 12 months before we get to that point would be my guess. So a full year after it started, that thing is going to be a jungle. Oh, right. That's right, Elgo. So we talked about that. Did I hear a zombie? That rather than try and trim the road, which is going to be overrun, if it's just basically going to be a forest anyways, just finding when we're directly north of the entrance and then just cutting our way straight down instead. Because like, I'm going to have to cut down a ton of trees. Who cares which trees I cut down? Regardless, even going that way, it is still going to be an absolute slog. The only reason I'm not skybridging is I'm supposed to kill all the zombies, so I do want to find the zombies and all that. This is going to be a ridiculous thing I shouldn't even suggest. Do we bring a whole bunch of nails and a saw with us, so that way as we're chopping down all the trees, we can lay boards down or planks down to like make an area to keep the trees from coming back? Yeah, because I was thinking I probably have to do that anyways, because we've talked about what ends up happening is because the zombies migrate and redistribute and all that, they do return to the places I clear, just not in the numbers from when we first cleared it.